and 18, which are all equations of a circle problems. I think what we should do is just write out the equation of a circle. It's a specific equation. It's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So all these letters represent something very specific. H and k represent the center of that circle. So whatever the h value is and whatever the k value is, that tells us where to plot the center point of the circle. And then r is the radius. It's important to recognize that this says r squared. So if we see 100 written here, that's not our radius, that's our radius squared. Our real radius is the square root, so it would be 10. If we saw 81 written right here, that would mean a radius of 9, because this is whatever 9 squared would be. Let's actually just go ahead and apply that to number 16. So first of all, if we look at this expression, our minus h is minus 1. So that means our h value is 1. It's important to recognize that there's already one subtraction symbol built into the formula. And then this number is your h number. So the center doesn't have negative 1 as an x. It just has positive 1. That subtraction is part of the formula. In this particular case, the formula uses subtraction, but we have addition. So our k value isn't 4. Our k value is the opposite of plus 4. Our k value is negative. So we have k equals negative 4. So we know where our center is. It's at 1 for x and negative 4 for y. So we go over and we plot that point. And then we have 9. In this case, 9 is our r squared. So that's not our radius. Our radius is, we got a square root and square root to get r by itself. And what you get is an r value of just 3. So we know this is a center, and we know we have a radius of 3. So what we want to do is just make sure we draw our circle in such a way that the radius, the distance, is 3. Now, I kind of used a program that allows me to draw perfect circles. So let's go back and erase that and talk about what you would do if you were making this by hand. What I would do is plot 4 points. I know the radius is 3. That means horizontally and vertically we should move 3 boxes. So 1, 2, 3, that's part of the circle. 1, 2, 3, that's part of the circle. 1, 2, 3 is part of the circle. And 1, 2, 3 is a point on the circle. All right. I actually missed a couple of points there. Okay. Each one of these is 3 blocks away, so we know those are all points of the circle. Now that we have some points drawn, we can draw the best circle that we can. It's a little challenging with the computer, but that's pretty good. I would totally accept that for full credit, because the center is exactly where it needs to be. And it was clear to me based on these points that you understood exactly how big the radius should be. The only thing that happened was it was difficult to do the curvy part. But I'm not going to grade the curvy part. I'm going to grade, did you understand what this equation was suggesting? Okay. Let's look at it 17 and 18. We're still going to be using our equation of a circle. It's this time we're just going to write the equation using a center and using a radius of 4. So let's just go ahead and label these. 13, that first number, that's our h. Negative 13 is our k value. And then r is 4. So when we write the equation, we're going to have x minus 13 for x minus h squared plus, and then here it should be y minus k, and k is negative, so it's y minus negative 13 squared. And then r squared, well, we've identified that the radius is 4, so r squared is 4 squared. On the next line, we're going to write our final answer where we just simplify some of these expressions. The first term is good to go, x minus 13 squared. That's all we have to do with that. The next term, we have minus a negative number. So to simplify that, we can rewrite that as addition. And then lastly, 4 squared is 16. That's what it is. So we can rewrite that as 16. Let's go ahead and do 18 pretty quickly. We have our h right there. We have our k right there. And then we have our r listed at the end of the sentence. So x minus h is going to be x minus -4. And we need to square that. Y minus k is going to be y minus 0. And then 9 is our radius, so our r squared is going to be 9 squared. Now once again, we can simplify a lot of this. X minus a negative number is really x plus 4. Y minus 0, well, subtracting 0 doesn't have any effect. This is just y squared. And then 9 squared is 81. All right, we're done with that problem. Smiley face. So that should be the whole quiz review by now. If you haven't watched some other videos and you're doing it out of order, that's fine. Make sure you look for the questions that you need. Good luck tomorrow. Email me at galen.maltzby@dpsnc.net if you have any other questions.